What's up, guys? In this video I wanted to take a few minutes to do a size comparison between the Glock 19 and the 43X. I know that this is one that I've not done a dedicated review on yet. Look for that in a future video, but this is one that I do have, and it is something that I wanted to talk a little bit about because I have actually been looking at some other comparison videos between these two guns, and there were a few questions that I wanted answered that I really could not get a good answer to. And the big thing was just basically putting the guns side by side just to show how much of a difference there is between these two. And before we get started, what we are going to do, since this is my carry gun, it is loaded. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are safe. Okay, now we have no magazine and we have nothing in the chamber. So 43, this is one that I've carried as a backup gun, and we want to do the same with it just to make sure, as you can see, that there's nothing in the chamber. Okay, and no magazine. So as I'd mentioned, this is one of the options that I use as a backup gun. I really liked the idea behind the 43 when they first came out. However, when I got my hands on one, I did not like that short grip. When the 43X came onto the market, it was something that did have my attention for obvious reasons. I mean, I really like the idea of that smaller frame gun, but I really thought that it would be something worth checking out. So I did. The only negative that I had for the 43X when they first came out was that slide. I really did not like that slide. I'd seen early on where some had been Cerakoting those slides, and of course then it wasn't long after they released these with the black finish, and that is what I typically like, is that black finish. And I'd mentioned where I just wanted to do a size comparison between the two, because I was not able to find anybody that answered the questions that I had, so I thought I would answer them for some of you guys out there. The Glock 19, as many of you all know, it's been in several of my videos. I am a big fan of the Glock 19. This is my everyday carry gun. Latest video that I did, I actually done some a shooting demonstration with the new sights that we have here, these XS big dots. I'll put a link down in the description for any of you guys who are interested in those, so go check out those videos as well. These currently, it is still the factory sights on this gun. Eventually I'm sure I'll replace these two, but for now they are fine for what they are. Now, size comparison. I'm just going to show you a couple of things. You see here the difference in the overall length. I have got the back of each of the guns together, and you can see that the slide on the 43X is much shorter than the slide on the 19. I also want you to notice the thickness. Okay, the 43X is much thinner than the 19. Okay, this is some of the things that I really did not see in a lot of other videos. I'm sure that someone has them out there, I just didn't come across them. So I wanted to show you guys a comparison between the two. I'd seen where guys had measured them and done it that way, but this is actually just putting them together. I'm not even going to measure them, I'm just going to show you guys. You can see here how much more narrow the 43 is from the 19. It is a very good gun in my opinion. I'm a fan of Glock, and I'm sure that some out there are going to call me a fanboy. I don't care. I've got several other brands, as many of you guys know, but this is just what I choose to carry. I do occasionally, I'll carry one of my SIGs, but most of the time, this right here is what goes with me when I walk out the front door. You know, this is my everyday carry. It's one that I have a significant amount of rounds through. It's one that I have used in numerous classes, and it performs. It is what I trust. And the reputation of Glock, based not just on this one but others that I own, that's why I have this also. You know, something just a little bit smaller, something a little more compact, but something that also fits my hands. Of course, I'm showing you in my left hand just because of the way I've got the camera setting, but the grip on my 19, of course, being a little thicker, but you can see about how far down my fingers come. I have got my fingers underneath that trigger guard, and they are right at the very bottom of it. That's fine for me. I really like that grip. Some people may not. I do. Some people don't like the finger grooves. I don't really care. They're fine. I've got a Gen 5 that does not have them. You know, I'm good either way. You know, both feel good to me. And you can see how far that comes. You know, on 19 and as well as the 43X, I do get a full grip on it. The standard 43, this is what lost me on it. It was the fact that the grip was a lot shorter than I liked. Could I shoot it? Yes, I could shoot it. I just did not like the way that it felt in my hands. Some people like the SIG 365. I've looked at those and I've had them in my hands, and I am just not a huge fan. They're alright. I think that SIG has finally gotten a lot of the bugs worked out of it, but this is just my preference right here. To me, this feels better in my hand than the SIG 365. Nothing wrong, nothing against SIG. It's just this is what I like for this type of firearm, for the purposes of this gun. Okay, again, let's do just a little bit more of a comparison between the 19 and the 43X. And I know somebody's probably out there, where you're rubbing them together, you're going to scratch them up. Trust me, these guns get used. My guns are not something that just sits around. They're going to be used, period. You see the scratch on that? Alright, the weathering, the you know, battle worn finish is kind of a new thing today, or I'm not going to say a new thing, but something that a lot of people will pay big money to have done to their guns. Well, I carry mine every day. That's how mine get these nicks and little scratches and stuff. I bought them for a purpose, or at least these, so they're going to get banged up. You know, as long as they work, I don't really care. Okay, you can see here, getting the top lined up, you can see that the grip on that 43X is pretty much the identical length as the 19. They just pretty much match up perfectly. You can also, again, see the difference in the thickness between the 43X and the G19. You know, this is a thinner gun. This is a very concealable gun. You know, depending on how you dress, depending on what you are able to conceal yourself. I have no problem concealing a full-sized. I really like my 19, and again, that's what I carry most of the time. This little thing here works great as my backup gun. It's great. You know, I'm a decent shot with it. It is something that is a reliable gun. You know, I've not had any issues with this gun. Like all of my guns, particularly those that I carry for self-defense, I do get it out on the range and shoot it, and here sometime in the near future I'm going to do a video just on it. Now, this particular gun is one that is also very easy to conceal for some of your more difficult, or I should say harder concealment times, depending on how you dress. This is one that, based on the size, you could even fit it in your pocket if you needed to. You know, with a good pocket holster, this will fit into your pocket easily. Very good concealment that way. But guys, this is a quick video that I wanted to do just as a comparison in size between these two guns. If you are debating whether or not you want to get one of these, you know, that's going to be a personal choice. I would recommend that you get your hands on one just to feel how they are in your hands. If you're trying to debate between the 19 and the 43X, you know, that's going to be a tough one. You know, I own both. I love both. I carry both. Both of these guns were on my person today. So, you know, that's going to be a personal choice. So I'm not going to be able to point you in one direction or the other because I like both. That's why I own both. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Check out the links down in the description. And let me hear from you guys. Are you a fan of the 43X? Have you thought about getting one? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Visit my website at boomsticktactical.com. And we'll see you next time.